Then again, if you have estrogen, all hope is lost. Alright, so since we over with Raw, I'll talk more. Well, yeah, you can go back to the shorts, so you can go specifically go to that and read that. There's playlists for that. But yeah, since we done with that, now we got time to go over this again. So I didn't go back to this. I didn't actually. Yeah, it's been quite a while since we talked about the regarding Vince, Triple H and overall. Well, kind of talking about Triple H here and there, but not as much. But yeah, now we got a chance to remind and make a little bit known that all this is what you see going on is bullshit. And that's just simply we about to get into it, but just simply that it's not all Vince's it's not all Vince's fault. They're trying to make you out to be as Vince's fault, but really it's everybody involved. It's all parties involved. You can try to make it like and paint me as I'm whatever fanboy as whoever, but you can go ahead and do that. But I'm saying that it's everybody included. Everybody. Vince, Triple H, Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, everybody, whether you want to say everybody involved. It's on everybody, because what is everybody besides Vince? What is everybody else doing? Except besides blaming him, putting all of the blame chips on him instead of actually going to the content. Instead of actually stepping aside and standing up to Vince. It's always been like this, and which is why we're going to go into I just want to go over several articles, what's going on now, the latest saga, as we go on to the latest saga of what it's Vince's fault, here and there. But so according to I don't know who this is, could be Dave Meltzer, but of course according to this article, Vince McMahon's influence on WWE's creative. If you wonder why I'm talking so low, I can't really, cause it's well, right now it's like a.m. Real like late midnight. So that's why I'm kind of talking low. But Vince McMahon influence on WWE's creative direction continues to be prominent. Last week's WWE Raw saw drastic revisions followed by significant changes on WWE SmackDown. Vince McMahon's fingerprints will be all over tonight's Raw in Savannah, Georgia. Vince McMahon's influence is expected, especially as the Endeavor acquisition approaches. The recent trend of McMahon's involvement in creative decisions is likely to continue. And just be mindful that this is ringside news, and they're one of those articles that, of course, they like to paint that narrative as well. They all fall into that category of trying to make, in this context, they try to make Vince just the primary, in which he is, but they're trying to make him, just like everybody else. They're making it as if Vince McMahon is the sole reason for WWE, for WWE is at where it's at right now, instead of including everybody else. During last night's Friday episode, which is pretty much it was really bad. Three previously announced matches were completely removed from the broadcast without any acknowledgement, causing frustration among the backstage crew and prompting responses from wrestlers like Bayley and Shotzi on social media, despite not being physically present for tonight's show. Which they all, it's another thing, because wrestlers like Bayley, they still so you can hardly tell because they're in character half the time. So McMahon has been, it's hard to take seriously that Bayley is others like Bayley on social media is being truthful or serious. McMahon has been remotely making changes to WrestleMania 39 to varying degrees. So it's worth noting that tonight's Raw is the final episode for the Red Brand before the Money in the Bank event in London this Saturday. As the event draws near, one thing remains certain: Uncertainty is the prevailing theme. Okay, and then of course they talk about just like what just happened last night, leading up to last night, that he had his hands all over Raw, and yeah, I don't think the changes. I don't think we need that, but yeah, just like I got one special one for you here, y'all. So it's so Angelo Dawkins, I got the interview for that too. Angelo Dawkins claims Vince McMahon made the Street Profits strive to be better. And let's get into the important part. See, so yeah, before Vince McMahon's temporary retirement, the Street Profits were regularly featured on WWE television and given a lot of focus. Yeah, which they aren't right now. They aren't featured on TV as much. It said Angelo Dawkins was asked about one of the rare times was that last Friday. Angelo Dawkins was asked about working with Vince McMahon, and then he said it was a joy to be under Vince McMahon. And like I said, if you want to follow along too, the articles are in the description too. I'm lying, you're lying, where are you getting this from? It's in the description, my boy. Alright, so let's so we're about to finish this, and I'm about to show y'all the clip for the interview for Dawkins.
So what about Vince McMahon, man? How was working with him, man? How was behind closed doors? Oh man, he's awesome. He's awesome, you know. He always like pushed us to do better and stuff like that, and he just wanted us to succeed. And he always, we felt like we were doing our best, he'll let us know. And that's what any coach, anybody that's your boss, or whatever, they don't see you give your best. They push you to be your best in any and everything in every situation. And it's awesome to be around and work with somebody of that magnitude. He just has his eye on the prize each and every time. He always sees the big picture. And man, he's been a guy since me like actually being able to work with him and stuff like that. Shout out to the real.
But Vince McMahon is racist. You know, Vince McMahon, as these, echo chamber of programmed what they learn from these norks on YouTube, like a JD or Solid Monster. Vince McMahon is the bad guy. Vince McMahon is this huge giant racist. He holds down other individuals of color. Right? Get that shit out of here. Oh, Cosmo, he could just be sucking up to Vince. He could just be, showing Vince, giving saving face out there for Vince. Oh well, wrestlers under Triple H could be doing the same thing. They could be lying for him as well. So what's the point? I could use the same dumbass excusable argument that's on you. So what's the point? Which is why the point is today of here. What I'm saying is that, kind of what I've been saying the first time I talked about, or others, that it's not just whoever. Whether you want to talk about Triple H, Vince McMahon, it's the whole machine. It's everybody, and it's not a new thing that we all been knowing this. Which is why it's important to tell new fans or whoever that this is a whole thing. You can't listen to whoever that tries to tell you that it's just one person and they need to be scrubbed out. But I just want to get into these some of these more articles. Let me see if I can I don't think I really need, but yeah. So supposedly what I've already seen too, supposedly Nick Khan and Triple H, they're frustrated with Vince McMahon. Another thing, let me say about Nick Khan is that, please, as he can really care about that. Besides, when it comes to the suits, they just, want to make sure, profit is at the state, is at the top as usual. I really note that if Nick really cares about what's Vince doing, but they just want to make sure it's even if it's not over the goal, it's the same goal that they want, that to keep that profit at the top, and keep expanding. So I doubt the suits could really care like that. They just want to, because Vince is back. They knew the risk with Vince coming back regardless, so they just want to save face, of course, or these articles, whoever they have their agenda that they're trying to protect. All right, so all right, so people within WWE have been frustrated with recent creative changes made by Vince McMahon, especially the changes, last week's Raw and SmackDown. And then it says, this is from whichever insider also confirms reports of multiple sources that a few WWE talents did not like McMahon's interference and changes. And when it comes to that too, like I said, just like Vince McMahon said in that interview that was live on television about his involvement, about his continuous involvement being involved with the creative, that he said he's just doing the weeds. Yeah, y'all can still go look that up too. I'm gonna keep it real, just like that. Unless I see proof, then so you really have to take these. We gotta be really aware of these, because like I said, this could be lies and allegedly. So I'm not really believing this, regardless. Let me see. All right, so so that's that. And it's also said that Nick Khan, the other CEO, if not the main CEO, and chief content creator Triple H, they didn't appreciate the outcomes of SmackDown. The report, and I said, if whoever is Vince McMahon, I shouldn't be, just like everybody else wasn't pleased with SmackDown. Just like lately, it's been even with the some parts of the blow, it's been trash. Just overall, WWE TV have been trash. So you knew the risk, and you knew what was already going to happen with Vince and his influence being around the product. As usual, it's going to be bad, and Triple H has to take that blame too, because he hasn't been doing it. He hasn't been doing shit to improve the product overall too, when it comes to that. So, and then he said, the report indicated that Triple H and Khan, among others, expressed their frustration directly to McMahon. Following the recent frustration, a big meeting took place today, and they discussed that in SummerSlam and Survivor Series, whatever, that there's a big chance having all three brands featured this year due to how NXT is pushed even stronger these days. The only reason it got the little bit amount of buzz that it did last week is because it's because I've been putting sending top roster wrestlers down to NXT, and it's not even that much. It was only to what they used to get, barely, and that's oh my gosh, bro. And it says, all right, and that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can find. I also got a pretty. Hope y'all haven't forgotten. I also got a really special clip that I want to see y'all. As much as the phony and how much as people will have you believe that Triple H is this, king philosopher, that he really wants to bring change and bring it back to, as far as going into the future, he wants to bring, the best for business, right? For WWE, and he wants to to the fans, to make them enjoy it as possible. He wants to do everything he can for the fans to enjoy the product. But I'm gonna show y'all to remind y'all, this was said when he was originally running creative. Him and Sean, when him and Sean or whoever was originally running creative. I'm gonna show y'all a clip of when. I'm gonna show you that clip of when he said, I'm gonna just show it for y'all. Show it for y'all. Y'all can make up your own mind.
It's a funny thing to me sometimes that in our business, everybody is so worried about where people are going to go or land, or how is this going to play out long term in the future. How about watch it? Do you like it or do you not like it? Do you like it and do you like it? Do you have to say, well, I like it, but I like this other thing more? Or I like it, but I don't like it as much as I like that one. Just watch it or don't, and stop trying to figure out where everything goes. Fans ruin their own stuff half the time. Trying to figure out where everything goes and why it's going there and how, and then trying to pick up their phone and go search for the thing to find out what it is that can ruin it for them, so they're not surprised when it happens. Like, I don't understand that. I'm thrilled with what the brand is. I'm happy with where it is. Do I want it to get better? Yes. Do I want it to grow? Yes. Do I want it to expand? Yes. But again, people will take this line, use it out of context, and joke. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I'm not here to make a brand that's around for a few years or a few minutes, or, you know, I want it to be long term. And how's it going to be long term? It's going to morph and evolve. It shouldn't be the same. If it's the same 3 years from now or 4 years from now as it is right now, we made a mistake. It's just like people, you grow. If you're the same person 4 years from now, you didn't grow.
It's not true. You're spewing lies. Shut up. Just delete your channel. Just delete yourself. What are you doing? You're just telling lies. You have no real proof.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10's probably looking it up right now, but right, just like, which I'm pretty sure that everybody talked about before. But yeah, that was I think it was a couple of years ago too, before people like individuals like Adam Cole left WWE overall, and that was just also where, you know, NXT was starting to get really just almost, it was starting to, I don't know, because to me NXT wasn't that good. It had moments, but it wasn't that good to begin with. But yeah, like the, you know, overall, just the audience got upset with how NXT, because NXT, it was just, you know, it was good, it was okay, but it could have been better. And that's just, you know, how classic, how people, you know, Triple H, they how to say, like, oh, he just, nah, you know, this plain view right there that, you know, he has this, because I don't know if y'all really, especially in this circle, I know like people like the, like some of y'all probably, I know y'all like watch what the current mindset of Hollywood is, right? In these studios, how they blame the audience, how they blame you. It's your fault for asking, and, you know, being, for having a, you know, a critical opinion, or just, you know, what you didn't like or what you like about, and what they could do to improve. That's it. It's because you have these people now. It's just the overall mindset of what it's that Hollywood, that HollyUnoriginal mindset of just overall this entertainment business today, that people that, you know, in the industry, that they're starting to, you know, they're starting to point the finger at you, and start to point the finger, because, you know, you have dumbasses that used to be in the audience, and now they're running these corporations, and now they're spewing it. That rubs off on, you know, veterans like Triple H himself, and he starts to spew it out too, because they, you know, and yeah, and I said that's that whole mindset of that, you know, they, you know, just shut up and consume, and don't ask, you know, questions or nothing, or don't have any valid, so they can continue to fool, and, you know, continue to be greedy, continue to be lazy, and that's it. You know, that's what they want to do. I said, and at the same time, so I don't want, you know, the whole bullshit that this Triple H is this big victim. You know, you don't understand. Triple H wants the best for WWE. He wants to improve. If he would have did that shit already, you know, that shit would have been that would have happened back. We wouldn't be getting the exact same shit. We wouldn't be in the same hole, the same shit that we've been getting since 2022, and a year before that, Remember that whole segment, all four of them? You remember that whole segment that they had with Vince, Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane, and it was kind of like a shoot. It was kind of like a shoot promo, you know, something like that. And they said, "We will give you better. We will do. You know, you audience, want, you know, y'all, you ache and cry for more and better content, but we will give it to you. We will change." And that whole, you know, practically the whole bullshit campaign. And that's what, and yeah, and that was fucking lies too. And I think that was like in 2018. They've been saying the same shit for years, and they know people are fed up. They just don't care. They just want to keep lying, keep slapping you in the face with lies, so they can continue to be incompetent, lazy, and they don't have to do anything at all. Which is why they got their detractors, and their fate. They have people for them. They have people behind, and that's working in these spaces, operating in these spaces, so they can keep you manipulated and fooled, and they can continue to what they've been doing. Like I said, I've been watching wrestling. When it comes to my knowledge, I've been watching wrestling, an avid viewer. Call myself an avid admirer, an avid viewer, and of love watching wrestling, and I've been watching it since, for over close to 30 years. And kind of somebody like that, I say that's crazy, or they'll say you're a liar, you don't know what you're talking. Like I said, don't usual, but and it's been the same shit. It's been like that before the Attitude Era came to a close. It's been like that even before the Attitude Era. You had declines. You've had you've had overall just badness in when it comes to the new generation era. Or like I said, like it wasn't all perfect, but you had signals that at times, or just overall in this context, wrestling companies that they've, whether it's just the overall, they just don't want to improve, they refuse to improve, or they don't have, like I said, it can be whatever, but it's like you've seen instances before with this. It's been happening before, and just like it's been happening now, it's been the same. We've been doing the same volleyball dance with WWE, and now it's just, like I said, it's just evolved into. It used to be the audience against the corporation. Now it's now it's like or it's always been like that, or now it's just people, fanboys trying to rally behind these corporations, and then you have the groups. It's like sectioning groups, and they're just fighting back at each other, and it just, where it is, like I said, it's just exactly like that. Now you have people, they're just going back and forth, trying to shit on the other one and try to prove that the other one is wrong. And it's just laughable. But like I said, people will try to have you believe that it's that. Like I said, in this context, they'll have you believe that Vince McMahon is the primary reason why he, like, it. It is what it is with WWE, and it's everybody involved. If they wouldn't, like I said, they already had him out. Why bring him back if it was, of course, going to be doomed? If it was going to be the same problems before that we're getting now? Why hasn't Triple H done anything? Why hasn't Triple H stepped up? He's the head of creative. At least partly. Everything still goes to him, supposedly. That's why I said I also laugh at people like me, like the that's been watching this for wrestling, like, or like, laugh at them. I laugh at them because it's like, of course it's gonna go one. Of course it's gonna go one and out the ear of the other. It's Vince McMahon. So, like I said, whatever. Like I said, we can talk about it. We can go forward and talk about it. Enjoy yourself, Cosmos. I'm gonna see y'all very much later. Stay blessed.